Hey friends, so in our last class we had completed the whole topic of regarding delegation of authority. As in we discussed about what is the delegation of authority, we already discussed about what is the elements or process of delegation of authority. We already discussed about what are the importances of delegation of authority. Clear? So in today's class we are going to learn about a new topic which is termed as centralization and decentralization. Generally the topic in our book is named as decentralization, but in this topic we are going to learn about what is the centralization concept as well as what is the decentralization concept. So can we start? Yeah, let's begin with our new topic as in centralization and decentralization. First of all, before going further, let us understand what do you mean by centralization and decentralization. My dear friends, there are generally two kind of organizations out there. Let's see what kind of organizations are there. Here is the example of organization A. Organization A, and here is the example of organization B. Organization B. Suppose in this organization, organization A, there are three levels of management as we already discussed about, that is top level management, under them there is a middle level management, and below them there is a lower level management. In this organization, suppose all the decisions, all the strategies, all the policies should be formulated, or all the decisions are taken by top level management itself, as in they are required to take all decisions or required to formulate all strategies, plans, etc. The whole stuff is deal with the top management only. Top management is responsible, is required to create a decision, to create a strategies, to formulate a strategies and to implement the strategies. But suppose in this organization, organization B, where also there are three levels of management, as in top level management, middle level management, and the lower level management. Now, in this organization, they required to delegate their work or they required to take decisions with each level of management. Sorry. They required to delegate their work or to give decision making powers to all level of management. All level of management. What's the difference in between these two organizations? In organization A, only the top level management is required to take the decisions, to formulate the strategies, to formulate the plans. But in case of organization B, each and every level of management is required to transfer or delegate their work or to make decisions or do some all kind of stuff. So, in our both examples, if any organization is following the structure of organization A, as in all kind of policies, all kind of decisions are to be taken by A top management only, then this particular organization is termed as centralization. Centralization. Because each and every work is to be centralized, it is worked and managed at a central place only. But if such work is not centralized, then it should be known as decentralization, where the work or decision making power should be delegated to each and all every level of management. Clear? Understood? Now let us see the concept. Decentralization. In many organizations, the top management plays an active role in taking all the decisions. The decentralization, in our example, they are talking about organization A. They are talking about organization A. Clear? But if decision making is given at all levels of management, then such organizations will be termed as decentralization of organization. And these are talking about organization. Which organization they are talking about? Organization B. Clear? Decentralization refers to delegation of authority throughout all the levels of management. It is generally a delegation of authority throughout all the levels of management. Clear? Next is we need to learn about what do you think about what is centralization and decentralization. It represents the pattern of authority among managers at different levels, as in what are the pattern is going to show, what are the patterns are obtained by organization, as in whether they are provided, they are delegated their authority to lower management or middle management or not. If they are not providing the authority, then there must be a centralized organization. But if they are providing authority to subordinates to provide middle level management to take decisions, then my dear friends, it will called as decentralized organization. Centralization of authority means concentration of power of decision making in hands of higher management levels, whereas it is decentralized when such authority is delegated. As in case of centralization, we are going to deal with all the policies, all the decisions are taken by top management, not the benefit of, or I must say, there is no employee can dictate or the conflict or create a conflict or create an issue that why I should manage. You have to manage, you have to do work as your top management decided. You won't get the chance to create a new or innovative idea. But in case of decentralization, you will get the chance, because the work should be delegated to you, as well as you can also delegate according to your responsibility or duty. Complete centralization would imply concentration of all decision making functions at the apex of the management. Before learning this para, let us understand, as in what will happen if we are going to do, suppose in this example, suppose let's talking about the organization A. If the all organization is dealing with the centralization concept, then my dear friend, you need to follow each and every requirement whatever the told by A only, top management only. Then there are chances he or she can, or they can get the misuse, or they can misuse their authority, they can misuse the direction, or they can take an advantage from you, they can get you a, they can get a benefit from themselves, they won't give you a benefit, they won't give the benefit to the organization. So there are chances that if I will give the complete control of my life or complete control of workers or employees life to top level management, then they can treat their authority as a, or responsibility as a, they can misuse that particular authority and responsibility. Clear? Vice versa, let's see about the vice versa. If we think about, like you can understand in that manner also, see, in case of organization A, if suppose there is an employee named as Mr. X, he is dealing with the top level management. Clear? Now X is allowed to delegate his authority to Mr. Y and Z. They are termed as middle level management. Now Y and Z consist of two employees each, as in A, B and C and D. Now what will happen? X is the only responsible person who is going to control the decisions of Y, Z, A, B, C and D. No, none other person can allow to do each and every person to take the decision or to manage the decisions. X is only responsible or liable. But in case of organization B, where the decentralization is allowed, organization B, same structure, let me write the same structure. X belongs to top level, then Y and Z belongs to middle level, then A, B and C and D, they belongs to lower level. Now in decentralization organization, X is only not required to take the decision or to formulate the strategies. He will delegate his work to Y and to Z. Similarly, Y will delegate his work to A and to B, as well as Z will delegate to C and to D. They will delegate their work so that each and every level of management should be equally responsible, not only the top management is responsible. So what will happen if we give each and every decisions to top management, then they can misuse the organization, misuse their authority, as well as if we give all decisions to be delegated, all decisions can be taken by each and every level of management, then my dear friends, it will create a conflict. As in these particular employees, if they are not getting controlled, then these are getting to be employed as, they will treat your authority as a granted, they will feel like granted, that whenever I want to complete my work, however I want to complete my work, it is my strategy, my policy, none other than can beat me. Or it's like in case you watching movies, that you must say in this field employees were going to be think like, I am the Jack and Chikre of there, yeah, I am talking about Singham, yeah, I am the person who is the responsible, so I will do the work according to me. I won't require anyone's decisions, anyone's strategies, so let it be. I'll manage. Clear? So it will happen in the decentralization organization. Here, now let's see. Complete centralization would imply centralization of all decision making functions at the apex of the management, as in top level management. But on the other hand, complete decentralization would imply the delegation of all the decisions making functions to lower level of the hierarchy. That's why no organization can be completely centralized or decentralized, as in you don't require that each and every organization is completely centralized or completely decentralized. It should be partially centralized or it should be partially decentralized, as in you where the core areas are there, where the strategy formulation part is there, then my dear friends, give them to centralize them, that you need to formulate your strategies. Now whenever the time to implement your work, or whenever the time to do the work, or whenever to motivate your employees, then follow the decentralized concept, as in just tell them this is the target, now it's up to you how you will do it. Clear? As the organization grows in size and complexity, there is tendency to move towards decentralization. We require to develop, or we require to create a decentralization environment, as in we require to tell employees that they can deal according to their choices also. They can create a new ideas, new innovative ideas, so that our production will be better, as well as we can find out some new ideas, because the organization can change, can shift to the new strategies also. Clear? Every organization is characterized by both centralization and decentralization. I hope this topic is clear for you all. In our next topic, we are going to learn about what are the importances of decentralization. Yeah. So let's revise the concept of decentralization and centralization. Centralization is generally deals with the whole decision making power, is generally consists with top management only. But decentralization consists with the each and every decision making power should be delegated, or the work should be delegated to each level of management. Clear my friends? याद रहेगा सबको? Have to be learned. Clear? Thank you.